Fabulous. All right, let's go. All right. Are you ready for our topics yet?
I'm staring at this chaotic screen.
Come on, man. I'm just playing, bro.
Yeah, sure.
I'm just playing, bro.
Oh, it's working.
I know it's working, bro. You had me set it up for you. Alright, anyway, let's start off. I'm Thane. Nice to meet you all. Thane Muefler. Remember the name. You'll be hearing it everywhere somewhere soon. You want to introduce yourself, bro?
I am Jonathan. J. Pantano.
Jay Pantano. There he is. Met the legend. So, yeah, we both are e-commerce specialists. We do a lot of, Shopify. We run our own websites. Similar niches, a little bit different. We'll get into that here in a bit. We're here trying out the podcasting, seeing how this will go. Trying the Twitter, what's it called? The Spaces out. We'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be something cool we can do. We run a Discord. And so we're just trying to get our outreach out, and yeah, that's where we're at. Hey, I think your mic's muted on Twitter. Make sure your mic's not muted on.
My mic is on Twitter, I think. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, maybe that's just my ability to mute you there. Okay, so let's start off. You website specialist, you tell me, how do you drive website traffic?
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out, mostly.
We're trying to figure it out, or we didn't figure it out? We just got to. It takes time.
Trying to figure it out, and also working on it. So what we've been doing though is SEO, and
which is
search engine optimization.
Could you explain that for the boys in the back, please?
No, absolutely not.
So search engine optimization. There's thousands of methods, thousands of different things that you can do to help improve your rankings on search engines. Believe it or not, search engine optimization has come a long way in the past 10 years. It used to be pretty basic dual algorithms, but now the algorithm has changed every day, and only the top Google employees know about it, okay? So search engine optimization, crucial to success in e-commerce. Can you tell them why, John?
Well, you can think of it like this. When you're trying to buy something, let's say on Amazon, or like just something in general, let's say like, I don't know, a drumsticks. Sure, my brother plays drums. When he is looking up something on Google, he would probably click on like the first or second link that pops up, and he would go to that. And that's what SEO is about. It's about ranking towards the top of the Google pages, and there's already traffic there. So there's all these methods, like Facebook ads. We tried that before, and it's not viable. You just put in a lot of money, more money in.
Yeah.
And you don't get out as much as you would like.
Yeah, so like
people breaking even.
Yeah, exactly. So like search engine optimization, it's crucial for long-term success of a business because, believe it or not, 90% of internet activity occurs through a search engine. That goes from people, looking for information, people looking to buy something. So yeah, that's search engine optimization in a nutshell. Give me 1 second. I'll pull up some more here.
Do you want to make this like a business talk for the people, and then later on other podcasts we could talk about our business in general?
Yeah, so like today I have it here, give me 1 second. Yeah, so we're just going to talk about SEO strategies, leveraging social media for product promotion here, the importance of user reviews and how to get them, A/B testing, finding the best conversion strategies for your store, and email marketing techniques for retention and sales. So, yeah, So let's go a little bit more here into search engine optimization. So like the purpose of search engine optimization obviously is to elevate organic traffic and boost search engine ranking for relevant queries. Now, what do you mean when you say relevant queries? Can you explain that?
Relevant queries?
Okay, so keywords.
Oh, keywords?
Yeah.
Like, why do we want to rank for those?
So boost search engine ranking for relevant queries. Why wouldn't you want to be, under avocado or something?
Well, I want to be under the keywords that relate with my
right.
business naturally. So, like, cannabis industry would sort of have to know your customer. That's what really helps out.
Yeah, so like relevant queries, these are based on keywords through search engine optimization. So, for example, if I put in, CBD for sale, the results will be different than just CBD. Or so keywords are what break up the search results in search engine optimization. Okay, so each keyword you have to fight for. Each one is a battle, and the higher you get, the better your sales, conversion, and website traffic will be. And this is something long term because it's basically free advertising. So,
do you want to talk about how we're doing it, or we'll save that one?
We'll get into it here. So SEO drives sustainable long-term traffic. Enhanced visibility leads to credibility. So, like, obviously, we ask the people, listening, if you're watching, who would you rather buy from? iPhone or some generic brand you never heard of? Right? Credibility is huge. And when it comes to search engine optimization, people trust Google. People have trusted Google for 15 years now to give them what is relevant to them. And that's the key word to search engine optimization. Relevancy. Okay? You need to be relevant and you need to be consistent with your content, with everything you do. Okay? So when you talk about the iPhone and the generic brand, why does that happen? Because they've showed up on Google for years. It's a status symbol. It's a brand. They've created this, and by doing so, they automatically will search engine optimize because of credibility. But the more you utilize search engine optimization, the more credibility you're going to have always, because Google gives credibility. So. Yeah, absolutely. That's now let's talk about how the search engines operate. So there's a 3-step process. It always starts with the crawling phase. Okay, there's think of spiders, right? Google has what's called spider bots. AI's everywhere, right? But these spider bots know what to do. They're programmed and they crawl over your page. They grab the data, right? So they take that data, they run it back to Google, and they do what's called indexing, where they take this information, this data that they got, all this, a bunch of just crammed different data, and they index it, which makes it readable, which then brings us to phase 3, which is the algorithm. The algorithm then reads the indexed data, and it does its algorithm things. So,
and how do we get Google to actually crawl the site? Because I know you told me about like Search Console, and like if you don't actually do that, then Google will not index your site at all.
Yeah, so like from the start, you have to have Google Search Console, because that just shows like, hey, I'm trying to get found on Google now, and you have to authenticate your site. You have to verify it through Google. That way, they know, hey, they're giving a credible source to their consumers, which are the people that are searching on the search engines. Google Search Console, you can index manually on there up to 10, I think, per day. But, the more credible you become, the more consistent you become with your content uploads, with your changes to your website, they'll index that faster. So, like, for me, when I first started, I had to index these pages manually to get them quicker, But now, if I upload blogs at night, by the time I wake up, they're usually indexed automatically. I don't have to manually go in because Google knows, hey, I'm staying relevant, I'm keeping up with content, and they want to showcase that to their consumer, relevant and consistent content and modern new content. Yeah, what do you think about that?
Just to help people out first, if you don't know what indexing is, then can you explain what indexing is? It's sort of like when you search something up, think of like an index card that you're trying to rank for, or can you explain it better?
Yeah. So like this brings me back to the three-step process there, where I kind of explained it a little bit. Basically, like I said, it's taking the data that the Google spider bot AIs take from your site, and indexing basically just makes that data readable. Okay, and then after the indexing, it's fed to the algorithm. So basically, the indexing is crucial because, but it's also, it takes time to do because, that data, okay, they can grab the data pretty quick, but do you know how many pages Google has to index per day? You got to think it's probably in the million, hundreds of millions every day, new content. So it takes time, but by indexing it, it'll automatically feed it to the algorithm, and then it's on Google. It's on Google, the next second, So basically, indexing, it's like taking the data.
Organizing.
Yeah, it's taking the data from the spider bots that run all over your site. They take every link, every picture, every meta, every little piece of code, and it organizes it into a readable, nice readable spreadsheet for the algorithm. So, yeah. I mean,
that's
I guess
it's pretty much where we're at too. Me and Thane, we're running our own businesses right now. Mine's Natural Leaf and his is Organic Appearance World.
Yeah.
And we're trying to rank for very high on Google to get traffic that way.
Yeah.
Because we want people that actually have the intent of buying something and actually looking for the product to find us. And it can be difficult to do, but once you understand it, it's actually not too hard. It just takes a lot of time.
It does.
They have a lot of stupid rules.
Oh, yeah.
And
there goes my camera.
like, for one example, if your site is not over, 2 years old or 1 year old, then they rank you differently. Yeah, you put yourself at a disadvantage.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's definitely crucial, especially for, people that are drop shipping, people that are just starting out, because why go spend a whole bunch of money on ads when you don't have credibility yet? You need to have that credibility, because no one's going to want to buy from some knockoff website that, probably has, some foreign countries' products. They want good quality products. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to say that in the nicest way possible, but people want they want to feel confident in their purchase. You have to give them a reason, and there's a bunch of factors that go into this, but you have to take a living, breathing human organism that has, an IQ of, they have an IQ. Most of them, anyway.
Little over 50.
Yeah. They have an IQ. You have to get that person to pull out their card, to take the time out of their day, and pay you money. Okay? And that is hard to do when all you have is some random name that they don't know what it is, and they've never seen it on Google, and they just see it on TikTok, and they're like, oh, that product is cool, let me check it out. Oh, but I don't know, I've never heard of this company, it looks a little sketchy, they don't have shipping policies, or they don't have, shipping time frames, it'll probably be 30 days till I get to... So, credibility. Okay, search engine optimization.
Yeah, like
credibility.
How many times have you actually bought from something while scrolling on Facebook or something, and you just see an ad? Never, right? I've never bought from Facebook ad, ever.
Never.
But I've gone to Google and I've bought stuff by searching it up.
Absolutely.
So why Why aren't people talking about this more?
Yeah, search engine optimization, baby. You gotta love it. Now, there's different kinds of search engine optimization and factors you can control as an e-commerce store owner. There's two broad subjects of that, and that is on and off-page search engine optimization. We can start with search engine optimization. You want to get them started there, Johnny boy?
Which one, on page or off?
Yeah, on page.
So on page optimization would be like your meta descriptions, your meta titles. And what do I mean by that? A meta title would be if you search on Google and like the blue link that pops up, that would be the meta title. You have to edit that so it looks good and it's relevant with other brands that are in your industry. And also the description, it needs to be a certain length, and it needs to also relate with the topic that you're targeting, and like the keywords also need to be in there.
Yep.
So that's on page, and there's also, you can have links. So there's backlinks that are off page and there's backlinks that are on page.
Mm-hmm.
And the backlinks that are on page, you want them to go back to your own site. Like you have a blog that's talking about CBD oil, for example. So for mine, I would have at the very bottom or the top, actually the top is better, you can have a link saying, oh, click here now. That's a backlink, and it links back to your product page.
That's an example of off-page SEO.
That's on page.
No, like a backlink is not on your page.
No, yeah, backlink on your page.
Oh, okay.
So like,
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just a little bit more credibility there. So like on-page SEO is pretty in depth, I would say. You're talking about things that you can control. It's easier to control on-page SEO than off-page SEO. On-page is something that you have direct access to change, and you have that obligation. If you want to be a successful e-commerce store owner with search engine optimization.
I'm doing something. Mom, I'm streaming right now. Can you not? Okay, I'll move it.
But yeah, no, like there's some more to that. Obviously the big one. Not so much anymore, but keywords in your content, on your pages, on every page. Back in like 2012, you used to be able to like spam a keyword and it would rank you so high on Google. That's not the case anymore after Hummingbird came out. Hummingbird is able to tell, what the difference is. Spamming keywords is not viable anymore. It actually penalizes you for using too many keywords. It's called keyword stuffing in any given page. So you have to utilize your keywords intelligently. You have to place them strategically, and you can't use them too often. So we need to use ChatGPT AI and our brains to think like, okay, we can't, I already put, let's say, soap in there 3 times. Okay, that's enough soap. No more. What else can we use? Maybe body wash, right? Or maybe cleansing solution. We got to use different keywords and not keyword stuff. We have to use them strategically, but we need them to be consistent in every page. So that's another. Yep.
So here's a question for you, Thane.
Yeah.
Some people, they do SEO and they find it tedious and whatnot. What do you like about doing this? How it relates to like the content on your page and versus like how you used to do Facebook ads, or not hating on Facebook. I mean, people have made money off of that, but
yeah. So basically, what you're asking me is,
what do you like about it?
Okay, so like what I like about it, number one, it doesn't take money out of my pocket every minute of the day. I can live with that, so it's free advertising. Since August 26th, I've had, that's when I created this new domain I have, and that's when I validated it with Google Search Console. I've had 5.6 thousand impressions free. You know what I mean? For, TikTok to do that, it would cost, 60, 70 bucks. But that's free because it's on Google. It's relevant. And like I said, 90% of people are using search engines to start their internet experiences. What else do I like about it? I think that it's I feel confident in the longevity. I can't say that word. The longevity of the strategy itself. So with paid ads, TikTok, they're going to see my content and they're going to go after they let's say they buy it and then they they scroll on, right? They're never going to think about my brand ever again. More than likely, if I'm a drop shipper, low credibility, they're not going to think, hey, organic appearance. Yeah, I wonder if they got any sales going on today. Why wouldn't they just go to Amazon? So I like that aspect, that I feel like I'm growing more than I'm growing something rather than and creating an asset rather than just taking a shot in the dark, paid ads. Like a one-time, like an impulse buyer. I'm focusing on customer satisfaction, customer, the credibility, and brand awareness. I think that's super crucial.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I like search engine optimization might be a pain in the butt, but it actually makes your site look more good. Like, it makes it look good. It makes it read good. Right? It makes it read good. It makes it fast. So, there's a lot of benefits to it. I can go on and on and on. But to keep it concise, I like that it's creating an asset. I like that it's like I said, it's creating an asset. It's creating a brand. I like that I don't spend money on it every minute of the day. And it just makes me feel more confident in my business model and in my brand. So, we have... Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And for those of you that haven't already, you can check out Dane's website, Organic Appearance. It is absolutely beautiful after doing fucking SEO.
Stop it.
Swear.
Me on Twitter.
Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks very professional, and that's because of SEO too. Because you do have to make it good content in order to rank on Google.
It has to read good. It has to flow good. That's honestly the best thing that you can do for search engine optimization after getting Google Search Console is have good, relevant, and engaging content that somebody's going to want to read, that somebody's going to want to engage with. There's nothing else that's better than that. There's nothing else. People spending time on your site reading good content is going to drive you farther than any other tactic that can be taught to you through search engine optimization.
It makes sense too, how Google does it, because they're like, okay, these guys are actually working on their product and they want to make it look good for people and actually help them. All right, they're helping us because they're trying to do good, so we're gonna rank them high. All right, cool.
Now, with sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Now, with that being said, don't take that statement for granted. Yes, Google does want to see, these businesses come on and do well on their site, and that you will benefit off each other. But don't think for 1 second that Google thinks that they need you. You need them, and they know that. So if your content isn't on par with their guidelines and their algorithm, they will penalize you. They don't need you. You need them. So follow their rules, research their policies, research their algorithm, and try to narrow it down to the best possible solutions for your site, and adapt, because the algorithm changes, and
I think it's kind of useless that we even tell them that thing. I don't think they're gonna do it anyways. That's like the hardest part. People don't want to put in the work. They don't want to. Oh, I have to read a privacy policy.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That's all you have to do. You just look at the guidelines and bam.
Yeah.
I don't need to spend money.
Yeah, right. It's like a free form of advertising. Who would want to do that, right?
It is. It's free.
No, but seriously, guys, search engine optimization. Seriously, it's something to look into. It's something to get after today. Don't wait another second. Get on it. It's a long-term game. You're not going to see results right away, but the longer you stick with it, the better your business model is going to be. Like I said, 5.6 thousand impressions in what is that? 3 weeks now, and that's a 3-week-old domain. So that's pretty incredible.
And you're ranking for a lot of terms now, right?
Yeah. So like right now we're selling organic soaps. That's what I've been really focusing on. South of France has been my most successful search engine optimization campaign thus far. It has carried me to the first page on just about any keyword with South of France soap in it. South of France soaps, South of France soap, South of France organic soap. Every little keyword I'm kind of up there on. That's been my most successful one thus far. It brings in, there's 2,400 search results for it every month on Google. But there's also Dr. Wood soap. I'm ranking for that. Not on the first page yet. I'm not far behind. I'm on the first page for Aloha Bay candles, which are organic handmade candles out of, I think, California, USA. They're Indonesian based, made from a solar factory in California. Runs 100% off solar power, and so it's pretty cool. I'm on the first page for those. Dr. Wood soap, not far behind, and I'm actually starting to rank for a keyword that's pretty broad, and it'll be a pretty good one called organic candles. So we're moving up. Your SEO efforts shouldn't be just for one keyword. You should obviously look at the trends, look at what's being searched now, and incorporate these keywords into your blog so that you can be, on par. You can be fighting for those first page slots.
And Dane, I think we're missing one wow factor for this talk. You want to talk about when we first saw the keywords, like the volume of it, just to show the people, like, damn, this is actually a big thing. Like, how much? What's the number for your volume in your niche for the keywords?
Well, I mean,
like monthly volume.
I mean, we could sit there and
let's say
every keyword through that search volume.io, but I mean, we're talking millions. We're talking hundreds of millions. Search results every. And I'm not saying that this is something you're going to be able to achieve overnight. This is something that's long term. Especially with some of the harder, more popular keywords, such as maybe organic beauty products, or like organic, let's say organic lipstick for sale, natural lipstick for sale. Those things are hard fighting for, because think about it. Every website out there wants it. Ulta Beauty, Victoria's Secret, they all want that keyword for their search engine optimization. So when you're a little dog, we have to utilize something called the pillar strategy, which we'll get into in another episode more in depth. But basically, you target low tier keywords, easier keywords, and then after you capitalize on 20 of those, automatically for the more broad, harder ones, you'll do better just by doing better on the lower keywords, if that makes sense. So you use those to propel yourself up higher with the broader, more competitive keywords, just by capitalizing on the lower ones, which are much easier.
Yeah, and we can definitely go in depth on that in the future, like in a future podcast that we make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good for now. What do you think?
You want to be done, You want to end the podcast?
Yeah, I think we pretty much covered a decent amount.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that'd be fair. And then just want to add one thing. None of this matters unless you do. Or I'm sorry, none of this works unless you do. You understand? Nothing replaces hard work. Leave no stone unturned. All right. Work every day, 12 to 14 hours every day. 5 years of your life, and you'll find yourself with prosperity and wealth. Okay?
Love it.
Love it.
Outro. Outro.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff. All right, guys.
See ya.